Well, greetings, citizens of the Imperium, and welcome to another series of Let's Paint. We're closing in on the end of Season 3, and I figured, instead of Lieutenant Titus, I figured we'd go with the character who got me into 40k, who got me into the Blood Angels, and then eventually found me a home with the Flesh Terrors. That's right. Sergeant Rafen, or Rafen, however the hell you're gonna... So, I heard Voldemort pronounce his name as, Rafen. Sorry, Rafen. Now I'm even getting confused. I was confused on the pronunciation of his name. I went with Rafen because it was one letter differential from the name Raven. So I was just like, why isn't it Rafen? If it's Rafen, fine, whatever. I'm probably going to jump back and forth between the two, so don't even bother complaining about it. But last night, and you can see I'm still not done with them, but I was testing out the Blood Angels Red. And of course, this might sound stupid, but of course Blood Angels Red was the correct red to go with. But I wanted to make sure, because usually what I am used to doing is using a Bowel Red. So as you can see, we got our subject here. We got some special pieces. Of course I left them all up there on the shelf because I was just too excited. I was too excited to start here with you guys today. So we're just going to go ahead and start anyway. All right. And of course we are employing as you guys have pointed out to me, it is a slap chop method. So we are doing that. We're going to be dry brushing. And what color did I start out with? Mummy Robe. As precisely the color that we want to start with. Now, when it comes to our brother Rafen, see, Rafen, it just sounds weird to me, man. So, Sergeant Rafen, for those of you that don't know, he is the hero of Baal, in my opinion. He is the hero of the Blood Angels. And Dante owes this dude a huge debt of gratitude. Why, you might ask? Well, it is elementary, my dear asshole. It is elementary. It's because, if you ever read the little story of the Blood Angels Civil War... Say, what? Yeah, the Blood Angels once had a little civil war of their own. And it was over the return or the rebirth of Sanguinius. Now, this does not mean the Primarch was returning. I'm talking about he was Sanguinius incarnate. So, excuse me. Rafen has a little brother. I think it's a little brother. I don't think it's his older brother. He has a little brother named Arkio. I had once asked the community about some advice on some thumbnails when it came to Arkio. We have a Sanguinor model set aside for Arkio himself, because in the Sanguine Heresy, he is going to be the leader. So, as I was trying to say, It was a whole big plot devised by, man, it's been a while, and I'm having a brain fart. This is also, again, literally the first words that I'm talking of the day. Let's see, it was an Inquisitor, of course. Let me go get those bits because I'm a dork. So it was an Inquisitor who was kind of pulling the strings and getting everything kind of, started for this whole little messy journey. Arkio started to sprout wings. And everybody was like, oh my god, it's a sign! It's a sign. And here are all the special bits that we have. I believe I did steal this from the Sanguinius, or it's from Dante. I can't remember which one. We got a simple little thing. We're going to put his name on it. I chose a non-Blood Angel's head because all the Blood Angel's heads kind of annoyed me. And honestly, all the scars on the wrong side of the face. But this was the closest look I could get to Rafen himself. I chose a special backpack instead of just putting an Aquila on the back. I put this blood logo. And then, ooh, look at that. Very nice, very nice. I figured this is Rafen we're talking about. I wanted it to be special. It deserves to be special. This is the guy. This was the guy. This is the guy I was reading that got me into the whole damn thing. So I wanted to do him justice. I wanted to give him something. And so, like you guys heard in the Solaire series, that I was going to go out to Tower of Games, our local little game shop, and I was going to get myself the Blood Angels upgrade kit, and I did. I sure as hell did that. And a pack of M&Ms for the kids, because why not? They were being awesome. But back on to the topic at hand. So, I am absolutely paraphrasing the whole plot here, so by all means, go read the goddamn books, because they were awesome. Author was James Swallow. Unfortunate name, but whatever. You've been hearing that all your life, I'm sure. I'm not going to give you more shit here. It started a division within the Blood Angels, because most of them, not even most, half of them started seeing Arkio as Sanguinius Reborn. And of course, a lot of others took that as heresy itself. They're like, how could you? He died. He's gone. Get over it. Or don't get over it, because it gives us fuel and purpose. But dude, he's gone. Deal with it. And it really did culminate into a civil war. Blood Angels were killing Blood Angels out on a battlefield. It was insanity. And Rafen and Arkio had to duke it out between each other. Again, insanity. It was freaking amazing. I couldn't get enough of it. And then the story ended. It was a trilogy of epic proportions. I thought it was fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. And I don't know, it hit me yesterday or the day before, whatever day. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to build that. I'm going to build him. That's going to be cool. I hope it's going to be cool. It better be cool. If it ain't cool, well then I guess that's on me. But that's why I'd also spent last night painting that lieutenant over there. I decided to make him a lieutenant. I looked up Blood Angel's iconography to refresh myself on that. I wanted to get that right. For all their squad markings and all that. I wasn't about to have that be improper. Not doing that. Not having any of that bullshit. But we have our recipe because, well, as you can see from this guy, he looks pretty damn solid in my opinion. I still need to do some of the transfers. He's going to be in the 9th company because I said so. And he'll be right alongside Rafen, who I found out, my boy, 6th company. Ooh. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. For those of you that know, not just from my call sign of Brother 6, but my favorite number is 6. Excuse me. I am going to be pausing like that to get sips of my coffee. And that's not to say there's alcohol in it. I don't do that. I just, I don't like calling that stuff coffee. It's those Monster Javas. I don't really like calling that stuff coffee because, you know, it's an energy drink and those things are they're really just poison. Any and all energy drinks, really. I'm sure there are some completely healthy ones that even science would be like, yep, these are good. These won't hurt you. You'll be all right. You drink too many, of course, your kidneys might not like it, but these are completely healthy for you. But anyway. So yeah. My boy Rafen is a part of the 6th Company, and that just tickles me pink because that's my boy. So I went ahead and I dug out the proper iconography for him. Thank you to Games Workshop for putting out that Blood Angels upgrade kit. Also, I wish you guys would put out the old Blood Angels upgrade kits. I wish you would re-release those because they had some really good pauldrons available. It's actually what's on that lieutenant back there. And I can't find where the others went. Because they had... things got lost in translation. AKA we had moved. So... Now, I'm not saying we moved recently or anything like that. So don't be hitting up the comments like, oh my god, you guys moved. Congratulations or some shit like that. We didn't do anything. We're also on a very late start. This is almost inexcusable for me. It is now 8 o'clock. I am 3 hours behind schedule. Isn't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? Now, his chest. I kind of want to go with the black look. I know I dry brushed on this one. I kind of want to go with the black, but I also kind of want to go with the bronze. Because he's special, you know? And he is bronze on the you know, the thing. On the thing. You know that thing. Come on, you can't tell me you don't know that thing. You know what thing I'm talking about. It's the thing. You know, that one thing. Thumbnail. God damn it. I just couldn't get the thing out. But his chest emblem, his Aquila, is a specialized chapter specific. And I don't have that here. You know, and he's just a sergeant. And if I really wanted to go, I guess, quote-unquote lore accurate, like I usually preach, then I guess I could just go with the... It doesn't really matter, does it? It really doesn't matter. In the end, it's however you want it to be. However, the whole lore accurate painting, me and my wife, we were just talking about that shit fucking 8 hours ago. That's right, I'm running off of... about 6 hours of sleep, so it's okay. But yeah, we were just talking about painting stuff and painting it lore accurate versus however we want to paint it. And she was like, look, Asmodai, I think is his name, from the Dark Angels. The interrogator chaplain. She wanted to paint him, but she didn't want to paint him as Dark Angel colors. But she also didn't have any other ideas. I was like, yeah. Now, I am a big preacher of, if you're going to paint it right. However, that's not to say that you can't just paint things however the fuck you want to paint them. For instance, when it comes to Ultramarines, I fucking hate blue. So I opt for a darker look, and I use Night Lord blue. I do. To the hereticalness that is that, yeah, I use Night Lord blue. Because that's just what I like to do. And you're going to deal with it because they're my models, and I'm going to paint them however I want. excuse me, on the counter side of that, there is a fantastic painter out there that I had seen before. And he did some Carcharodons just like I did. All right, the problem. The problem. There's no damn problem. He's a badass painter. And his Carcharodons were, in my opinion, lacking. And what do I mean by lacking? I believe I've talked about this before. But he doesn't do the white face of the Carcharodons. He doesn't do their white face. He also doesn't do the bronze trim on the shoulders. And that bugs me. It bugs the shit out of me. Because I'm like, dude, your stuff looks great. It's incomplete. Your stuff looks great. It's incomplete. I keep bouncing it back and forth because I'm like, your stuff does look great. But oh my God, it's incomplete. But I keep having to remind myself, duh, that's how he paints his Carcharodons. And if they're a fleet-based chapter and they have other sects out there that are just, hey, we've got, kind of like the crusading chapters. They're out there doing their thing and all that fun stuff and blah, 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 blah. It's just, man, it kind of bugs me. It kind of bugs me. And it has no real reason to bug me. I was going to say right, but that, that poor choice of words. It probably had, I have no right to be, no, that's just stupid. I have every right to be unhappy with it all I want because it's me and my feelings, but I have no real reason to be upset with it because, like I said, like I've kept saying, it's awesome. He does awesome work. But yeah, it just got to me because I was like, it's not finished. What are you doing? All right, so since Rafen, since Homeboy is a sergeant, when I was looking up his color theme, what he would specifically be, it was giving me a whole bunch of bullshit. So Blood Angel sergeants will have black pauldrons, or veteran sergeants, however you want to look at it. And since Rafen was around for the Blood Angels Civil War, which does happen quite a bit ago, I think it's still M42. I mean, he's not even mentioned in the Devastation of Baal, which upsets me. I really wish we could get, things like that. Like, hey, whatever happened to this guy? Hey, whatever happened to that guy? Just tell me, man. Just tell me. I really wish we could see other people in other stories. Because Rafen is absolutely, like I said, the guy that got me into the Blood Angels. So it kind of is what it is. All right, we'll come back to that. Now it's time to break out the red. And you know what? Before we get to this red, I know we just spent a whole episode on that. I'll at least do the Blood Angel Pauldron. And then we're going to break for episode 2. So I kind of lost track of my train of thought there, which is a shame. But yeah, the pauldrons and whatnot. I wasn't sure what to do, and for this one, I don't want both shoulders to be black. I don't. And since Rafen is not mentioned afterwards, I haven't finished his omnibus. I will state that. I have not finished his omnibus yet. I finished that story, and then I was like, damn. All right. And I had to move on. I had to pick up other stuff. because I was basically all blood angeled out. It's like, all right, I can't do this right now. There we go. Man, that looks sweet. Man, that looks sweet. I think we are going to go with the bronze. Or the true copper. I will go with true copper. You know, my favorite one. Which is not what we went with when it came to this guy. He has got the true brass. And it does look good. It really, really does. But either way. With that being said, I will see you guys on episode 2 next week. So, stay happy and healthy. We should be in October now. So, hopefully by then I'll be in the Fire Academy. I really don't know. Here's to hoping. By the time you guys see this, I will have known, because in my time, today's Wednesday, so I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days. Saturday is when I take the physical, the CPAT test. So, either way, stay happy and healthy. May the Void Father guide your brush. Don't you fall to that black rage. Later.